What is going on, everybody? Today, I wanted to bring my girlfriend Natalie on the YouTube channel so we can talk about, well, what it's like having somebody you know or that you're in a relationship with go through the process of dealing with their hair loss, getting a hair system, things like that. But before we begin, this video is sponsored by Lord Hair, so big shout out to them for sponsoring this video. So Natalie, I want you to mostly talk through this video, but walk me through from your perspective what it was like watching me a couple years ago, go from having pretty intense hair loss to handling it. Was it weird for you? Was it strange? What was the experience like?
No, not at all. It wasn't weird at all. In fact, it was quite inspiring to see you go for something that you believed you needed. I think it's important to feel good in your skin, and you were going right for that. At the very beginning, I felt really bad because you had low self-esteem because of your hair and something that you spoke about a lot and you were really passionate about. And yeah, I was just overall happy for you that you were following your heart and doing what made you feel right. And I think that that's important to do for everybody. Women do it all the time. I mentioned this yesterday. Women get their breasts augmented, they get their hair done, their nails done, they put makeup on. So, I don't see why it would be a problem for men.
Do you think that for some women that's a big deal, or like it's a...
Yeah, I mean, there are shallow people everywhere, Maybe men might think that it might come off as a shocker. Like, let's say you're dating a woman and all of a sudden you're like, well, I'm bald under this. Maybe some women will be shocked by it, but if she has a good heart, she really shouldn't care, honestly, about what you're doing to look good or to feel good, even.
From your perspective, I mean, what do you think about those type of women? It's easy for, as men, it's easy for me to say, hey, don't concern yourself with those type of women, and some men online are very hurt by those women and will say that they're B words or some other expletive. But from your perspective, like, one, what do you think about that type of behavior, and two, like, what do you think that stems from?
Their own insecurities. I think that it's hypocrisy because, like I said, women do everything that they can to be beautiful. And when they're not doing that, they're definitely in an insecure place. And I think the same goes for men. And men have every single right to do what they want to do. Like, if you want to go have a spa day and get a clear nail pedicure, then why not? You know what I mean? Anything like feeling good, therapy, doing what's right for you to feel good is healthy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I think that the women who say otherwise, or even the men who say otherwise, they're not seeing things clearly, and they're not following their heart or listening to the heart.
No, I think that those are all really great points, and I appreciate you sharing your perspective, because it can just sound like I'm making stuff up to make people feel better, guys to feel better, by just saying like, hey, don't care, or it's not going to matter to the right type of woman. But I think it's really cool to hear, it from your perspective. Now that being said, so you've seen me, you've seen our friend Michael, who also has a YouTube channel, Michael Joseph. He's here locally. On like, what's your honest feedback about like the way it looks when it's styled correctly, when it's
I think he looks great. I had no idea that he even had a hair system in his hair until we had our first like double date night, and he was like, yeah, I have one on too, and I was like, what the heck, because it just looks so real and full, and it fit his face, and that didn't make me think anything less of Michael or you, for that matter. But yeah, I thought it looked great. And you can clearly see that it's something that made him feel good about himself, and that's what really matters at the end of the day. It's how do you feel in your own skin?
So, closing thoughts and remarks. I mean, what would you say to someone, regardless? I mean, you have zero investment on whether someone chooses to wear a hair system or not. But I mean, guys are probably watching this video and watching this channel because they're either interested in it, they have some hair loss, or they know someone that has some hair loss. So, what would be your final unbiased advice about this journey and what it might look like?
Just follow your heart. It's very simple. I tell this to everyone. I have to remind myself sometimes. Just follow your heart. If your heart is like, I really hate the way I look. If in your heart you hate that you're fat, go to the gym. If in your heart you hate that you're bald, figure it out. Do something about it so that you can feel good in your body, because everyone deserves that. I myself got my breasts augmented. I hated being flat-chested, super insecure. It made me feel less of a woman. That's my own beliefs around it, but I did it, and I feel great in my body now. I love to wear a bikini. I love to wear short shirts, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. What matters is how you feel, not what everyone else thinks or what they say about you.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice, and nobody should be villainized for whatever choice they make, whether that's shaving their head, growing a beard, getting really buff, getting a hair system, or handling it any way that you see fit that's right for you and your lifestyle. It's to listen to anybody, whether it's male, female, whether it's friends or significant other, family, anything, and to put their opinion of you and what you should do over your own, is doomed to failure, and you'll wind up with double the regrets at the end of it.
And just not being happy overall.
Yeah.
You want to follow your happiness.
Yeah, and there is a chance that you may try something and it won't be for you. And that's okay. At least you tried it. You found out for yourself, hey, this doesn't work for me. It's a terrible thing to say, hey, this doesn't work for you. To me, that's a non-starter and a sign of a pretty toxic relationship. When you have people telling you what you should and shouldn't do, and it's a toxic boundary if you are allowing that in. So that's just some of my thoughts, but let's give a lot of likes on this video just so Natalie can see that we appreciate her coming on the channel and spending time and all that kind of stuff with giving her a perspective. So thank you to you. Thank you to Laura Hair for sponsoring this video, and we'll catch you all soon.